Alright, it's really Jamie. Welcome to my channel. Last time I practiced drawing this like a still life that's uneven shapes, like bell pepper, and today I'm going to show you something really interesting, and it's the area that I fail so many times, and I do so many times wrong. Is to draw a specific shape, and even though you might think that it's easy, you might make the same mistake before. And yeah, I recently improved a lot just by figuring out this concept. So it's really, really important. And yeah, let's just try this, okay? So you might think you know, but in fact, you might not, okay? So for example, if you're drawing, say, a cube, you might draw something like this. Okay, this is like a screenshot of me using Blender. I also got a lot of Blender videos, and you might draw something like this. Okay, so you might think, yeah, hey, it's really easy. You just need to draw. If you want to draw like a cube, you might just draw something like this. Okay, draw a shape like this. Okay, so this line and this line, this line is like a parallel with each other. It sounds okay, okay? And you might say, hey, this is easy, it's just simple math, okay? You just draw this line down, okay? Just draw this line down. And this line is the same as this line. I think maybe I need to move this canvas up a little bit, okay? You might think that, yeah, this line and this line like a parallel with each other and at the same length with each other, and then you're just connecting dots. And once you're connecting the dots, this line is just the same width, and yeah, also parallel with each other. And then it's pretty easy. You just draw line like this, okay? And then you will get something like this shape, okay? But in Blender, this is like the orthographic view, okay? It's not perspective view. So normally when we draw, we are going to draw in perspective view. We're not going to draw something like this. If you're doing something like this, it's, it's a common mistake that I make, and I think for the past 20 or 30 years, I made this mistake, okay? Because I have never like really think about this. So I think that's the reason why I start drawing, because I think, when I actually start drawing, I actually kind of reflect what I think, what I thought is normal, but in fact it's not. Okay, so this is a typical. That's what I learned right now. This is a typical mistake that I made. Is drawing from concept rather from drawing from observation. So I think the concept, I know math. Okay, so this is just like a combination of mathematics and the concept. So we human tend to conceptualize things and just store it in our brain in order to just save us a little bit time and energy. Okay, we just make it a concept. So I'm drawing a cube from concept, and you can sort of treat this as a on-spot generation. Okay, so you don't like store all this information inside your brain. You just store a certain concept, and then you like drawing on the spot. You know this parallel, and then you just draw parallel lines, and you might add some confirmation by using some dotted line, something like that. Okay, like but it's not the case. Okay, so if you change from Blender, I already took another screenshot. So if you change from orthodox from this orthographic view, from perspective view, you have a very, very different cube, and that is what we're supposed to draw. Okay, so I think this the Blender tool is very, very helpful. So I think I tackle this art problem from different angle, and I think this really, really increased the efficiency of my learning process. So I start from sculpting, okay? I start from drawing, and drawing I start not only traditionally, and like digitally, okay, and I draw traditionally and digitally, and also I sculpt. So I sculpt. I did not have the like the places and the material to sculpt traditionally. So I just doing that digitally. But I think it's really powerful tool, and I really learned a lot. And I think sculpting also taught me a little bit about anatomy. Okay, anatomy, and I learned a lot by just drawing and practicing and sculpting anatomy. Even though I'm still pretty bad at sculpting, but that's another story. And so if you are talking about a like a cylinder, I normally made a mistake of just drawing a cylinder like this. So I draw a circle, and I draw a circle, like a really similar circle, and then I just connecting dots. Okay, and I just like affirm the line here. This line and this line the same. These two parallel, and then like this. But in fact, it's not the case. Okay, so if you're like looking from here, it should be something like this. So instead of drawing this, you should draw something like. Let me just give it a little bit down below, so you can look at reference picture and me at the same time. So the part closer to you should be bigger, and like the more far away should be like smaller and rounder. So it'd be something like this. Okay, and then connecting the dots just to make this part way better. I think I may need to erase this part a little bit, but yeah, I think I can get away with this. Okay, so then you can connect in this line to represent a certain volume, maybe some shadowy parts. Yeah, so this is just a way much better than well on this kind of drawing. Okay, and I demonstrate that by recording some of the Blender video like this. Okay, I think I record a video so you guys can. Let me increase the volume. When I learn about perspective, and it can actually. And while I'm playing this, I'm going to practice drawing on the right side, so you guys can, can see the drawing and also can see this like the 3D demonstration that I recorded earlier. Okay, so yeah, let me just put it here and start drawing. Correct some of the mistakes that I made. So I got a cylinder. So if you look at cylinder here, the cylinder, this is not a circle, okay? This is more like an ellipse sort of shape. And I often made a mistake to draw this and this the same. But in fact, it's not. So this is more like a circle. This is not like a circle. And if I draw every like the cut through out this cylinder is a very long cylinder. I intentionally made that so. If I do that, let me just do a like a cut, loop cut. Okay, just Control and R if you know a little bit about Blender, and use the center wheel to just make a lot of cuts. Okay, let me just make a not crazy amount of, because I don't want a little bit overlap. So maybe something like this. Okay, as you guys can see, this is more like a squish down a little bit, and then just got bigger, 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 and more like a circle. And the width is constantly changing as well. So just become narrower and narrower while you go down. So that's the major lessons that I've learned today is that don't draw this part and this part the same. Okay, you need to change that a little bit. Okay, I think Blender is a very good tool when. Yeah, I think that's the end of it. So, yeah, exactly the same time I finished drawing. That's good. So, I also learned that if you want more reference point, you can just like get every like the center point and then you can use like a trace in ghosting line, just connecting all that. It can like help you to anchor the places. But yeah, just if you cut all this and you study the circle inside, even though it's not like drastic change, not like a really big one and really rounded one. Like if you're doing something so drastic like this, it will be like a really changed, a really like a really long um, cylinder, and you were looking from really like a top angle and looking down, something like that. Okay, and then you can get all sort of rounded shape, and more close to the bottom is more like to be a round, and this will be like an ellipse. And do not draw this ellipse two side too sharp. I tend to do that. That's because it's like a two shape that connect to get together. Let me just get rid of this so I can move the whole canvas a little bit. So it's like this part is like two shape because we draw the ellipse like this way. So one and two. So the connecting point, sometimes I make it a little bit sharp. Okay, it shouldn't be this way. So I just manually correct that. So it's just a rounded shape because in nature, especially the curve, you can't possibly from any angle. I can say, it become really hard for you to become like a really sharp shape. Okay, even though if you took from really drastic angle, then you might have something like this, but you won't have a really sharp edges. Okay, and yeah, that's what I learned today. Okay, so two concepts, like a quick takeaway of this video. So two concepts. One is the like perspective view, the other is orthographic view, and we need to learn from observation. So if you actually observe the object, it's not what you think. It's not like this, but rather like this. Okay, so even though it's a really bad drawing, I'm going to redraw that in next video. And if you draw this, say the cylinder, it's not like this. This is like draw from concept. If you observe it, it should be like this, depending on the angle. Okay, and if you cut the cylinder, you got multiple like circle, and the circle is constantly changing. So you can study as a circle, and you can say height this part. Okay, so it's just this the height of a cylinder, this height of a cylinder, something like that, and you can practice more. Okay, so that's what I learned today, and yeah, happy creating.